What are we doing?
We're gonna modify this vehicle.
You're saying it's custom?
It's customized. Borderline butcher. Okay, so right now we got the extended kickstand, which means it's 1 inch longer than stock. But we only got this much area to bend in, really. Doesn't give us a lot to work with. So you want to know how far it would lean over, so it goes about that far. So, there you go. You think that's going to fall over too far? And right now the back end is 3/8 inch too high, or too low, whatever. It's not low enough this way. So when you lengthen these shocks out, because they're adjustable down here, it'll get lower. Because right now, see, the bike's not level. It's low in the back because the shocks are too short. All right, so we're going to bend that a little bit. There you go. We'll go in that way. How are you going to bend it?
Press?
Okay. I'll get press. I can get that. Like right there and just go for it?
Yep. That'll Yep, that's exactly what I had in mind.
That's about it?
That's about it. That's all you really need.
About that much? So how do you do this without destroying everything? You notice this piece of crap here's in the way. It's going to keep us from bending it how I want to bend it. Because I want to bend it right here. Yeah. It's usually best not to bend it right on the stinking weld. Special bending tool, you like that?
Ooh. Custom.
It is custom. This could be good dangerous. Yeah, that might work. Okay, like that.
So what, you're just pressing down on the center of it?
And I want to press down where I want to bend it. Actually, I'm upside down, dumbass. See, I'm normally bend them this way, because my bikes are only this far off the ground. I'm upside down, I gotta go this direction. I'm totally the wrong direction. Yeah, this has got me all out of whack. Dropped it on your tire, your finger, it would hurt. Okay, so we're going to bend it this way now. That's totally different than it the other way.
Is it?
Yeah. So now we put this thing over here. Rotate it where you want it to be.
I can stick my fingers under there so you can
You
press
guys
it
hold
down.
it right there for me?
Yep.
Not a problem?
No.
Perfect. How about like that? That doesn't fit. See how it doesn't fit?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit short. Might have to do something different than that.
I'm gonna grab a stool 1 sec.
You're getting tired already?
Oh yeah, I'm not used to standing. I'm used to sitting.
You're one of them guys that work all day. This is a double bonus because it actually helps hold it square and flat. Okay, how's that look? Now we need to make something that's going to bend it radius-wise.
No. You can't just start pressing.
Oh, we're going to be pressing on it. I have a special radiusing tool I use. See, it's never been used before.
Brand new.
Appears to be off a little bit. What do you think?
What's off? Ah.
My tool. Okay. So for maximum effect, we want to bend it as close to the edge as we can get it. this is keeping it centered here so it doesn't rotate. Okay, how far do you want to go?
Pretty far. I don't think your machine likes that.
How about me? Do I have enough grok?
I think so.
Is that enough grok?
I think so. Getting there.
We just put more pressure on. How's that?
That's all you had to do?
Yeah. Yes, this is trying to go this way on me.
Did it just bend back?
The whole press just bent. Yes. You know why I did that? Because it was pushing it really hard sideways. There might have been some stresses involved there.
That just looks painful for that that kickstand does not look like it's enjoying it.
It doesn't like this?
No, I don't think so. I really don't think it was meant to go that way.
You don't think that was the direction it should have went?
I mean, it just looked really painful, you know, like someone breaking a leg.
Oh. I need some of the radius on it. Everything with a radius on it, I got this.
What are you bending now?
I have to make a precision adjustment. You know what those are, don't you?
Not precise? So you didn't end up doing it on the spot where it's welded? No, let's give it a try.
See the angle of the bike right now?
Yeah.
More angle than we really want. So that went too much. Damn, I got carried away.
Jumping on that bar.
Yeah, that's alright, we can make it come back pretty quickly. Believe me, it's not hard going back.
Kind of weakens the integrity of it to do this repeatedly though, right?
Assuming it's made out of anything that's worth the crap, yeah, but it's not, so we can look at it. It's adjustable, see?
Customizable.
That looks like a good angle there, what do you think?
Yeah?
It could change a little bit more. It's adjustable, see?
You can't really tell without seeing it on the bike.
You want a little bit of angling to it, so that's probably about right. Alright, let's go see what it looks like. It's pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah. So are we closer?
I need to bend the shoe more. I bent it up for no reason. It's sitting on the very outside edge of this pad instead of the whole edge. Remember, the bike is not, it's low in the back right now. It's not up in the air.
This is pretty good though.
Well, when I bend this, it'll drop it again. It'll lean that way further. If you bring the ass in up, it'll change too a little bit. So right now I got too much. I need that correction I did. I gotta take that correction back out. See, I should have left it how I did it the first time. I thought I screwed it up, but I didn't know what happened. That's okay though. I have ways of fixing these problems.
So how would you do this if you didn't have a press at home?
Big ass vice. I have a press at home though, so I don't have to worry about it. Of course, the home is the old shop, so all the stuff was in the shop before. All right. We're getting closer now. We still have a nice foot here that you won't dig into the ground with.
No. A little bit more.
I'm still high on that side. So, still leaning. think we have to put more bend in it here too.
In the first, right there.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah, just a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, we got to jack the back of the bike back up.
So yeah, just because right now it's about perfect, but since it's gonna go higher up.
Do some more fine tuning.
This thing will warn you if it runs out of space, right?
Oh, you got a lot of time left for that to happen. Okay. So that should put us about level with this. So when we bring the bike up in the air, it'll change it again. Okay, now how are we going to do this? How did we do that the first time?
2 pieces of metal and oops.
Play back the video.
What? Yeah.
Every time I do one of these, it's different. So. Okay, I had this over here somehow. We did damage the chrome there, so bending on it.
Yeah, but you can't see that, can you?
So that means I had this over here like this, probably on that side right there. I probably had something over here soft and flexible, like maybe one of these. That ought to be a good starting point. See, we're not quite enough. See how the bike won't stay leaned over?
Yeah. Why is that?
Because the bike's too low.
The bike's too low?
Kickstand's too low.
Oh.
When we
So it
jack,
needs to be bent back a little
yeah,
bit?
when we jack this up, the bike will lean over further.
Okay.
So right now it's made to be jacked up further. Okay, where's that spacer at we had? Okay, this is the spring you want to use right here?
Rather not.
Oh, okay. Want to use something a little bit better looking?
I think the parts are... No, they're right there. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bit far.
Yeah, I'm thinking this doesn't take a stock spring. I'm thinking this old spring here looks pretty good.
So how do you get it on? Pliers?
Brute force. The problem is I don't have access right now, but the other problem is you don't have the bushing in here yet. This piece here goes in here. This piece is supposed to go in here. See, it doesn't even fit in your frame.
Wonderful. Nothing fits.
Your frame is
Oh, it looks like you could hit it in though.
your frame is not worn out enough. Might have powder coat in it.
There we go. Only took a little bit of effort.
I'm thinking that that's not very flexible. Yeah, that's pretty tight. Now this bolt should have a shoulder on it so it doesn't eat up the bushing in here, which you don't have. So that means this is going to wear away and it'll be loose.
Well, there's threads on that bushing on the inside, so I think it's...
No, this is not threaded.
Oh.
Goes like that. And right now, see now this bushing's not very free. It's not going to go back and forth. Now you also have the stop you got built in here that somebody put on there for some reason. So That's a little hard to do right now because we got all these extra things in here. These limitations of movement here that easily allows me to do stuff. Yeah, I don't have access right now. Get in here. We'll have to deal with that later. The thing is, the stock, when the bolt comes in from the top, we don't have that problem right now. So this can be added at any point later. So we will be adding that later. Okay. Now, why is our motor not fitting the frame?
Alright, we'll be right back.
Okay. Rest brake already?
Yeah.
There's work to be done. What are you taking rest brakes for? I don't know why people take rest brakes all the time. Gotta get that out of the way so when I drop something here, it won't hit it. See, he took off. I got work to do, so we'll just work. Have an extended way out makes it even harder. Alright, that's one way of doing it. When you get done screwing around in there, we can use some help. Back is not happy. Oh, and there's your motor. Oh, that hurts.
You're definitely gonna need it. It just doesn't seem to throw motors in frames at least.
The back does not appreciate shit like this. Okay.
I think it might be a bit heavy on the front.
Bolts. Oh. Oh, having it extend out really makes your back hurt. That's what kills mine. And it all falls down doesn't help either. This bolt's too short. I need two more. I need this length. We have every one but the one I want. Alright, look out. That's a coarse thread. Maybe this is it right there. It is right there. We didn't have washers in here before either. Okay. Oh, that hurts.
There you go. Or I can do it. Do you want me to do it?
I know we're hooked on something. My guess is a swinger and pivot bolt is not happy with us.
No, that's fine.
Okay, can you hold the front of the frame so
Sure.
it's fucking moving while I'm trying to push the motor in? Something is not letting us go in.
Oh, is it this?
Ah, it hurts my back. Alright, let's get the foot peg off that thing. It shouldn't matter, but obviously it is. 7/16. I think that's what's causing it not to go in.
Need the frame to get it.
Pull the bolt all the way off.
What?
Bolt all the way out?
No.
Pull the bolt all the way out.
What do you mean?
Then just pull the bolt all the way out.
And pull it out? It's screwed
All
in.
the way out.
So unscrew it all the way.
Whatever it fucking takes to get the bolt all the way out, that's what you do.
1 second.
That's called a safety feature. If the bolt is in the hole, the peg don't come off.
It's just that it's right between these two beams, so there we go.
You can move it out of the way.
The whole biking up.
It's alright. Are you happy?
Yeah. Perfect.
Is it out now?
It'll be in a second. That's tight.
Push the peg back in.
There we go. Is that the problem?
That seems to be the problem. Yep.
That hole?
That's what kept it from moving in. So what'd you learn?
Foot pegs keep it from going in.
Foot peg has to come out for motor to go in. Bolt. That's lining up. Didn't hurt at all. Okay. 1/4 inch.
1/4 inch.
Ratchet, let's go.
You want me to try lifting while you tighten it down?
Hold the bike, don't let the motor fall out. The motor can fall out right now. When the whole body keeps moving every time you jiggle, it doesn't help any. Look out.
So do you want me to lift up the...
Motor has to go that way slightly or something.
You want me to push it out?
Push it toward the left.
Or the left? Push it away from us.
To the left. Look at that. Geez, things look good. Okay, you're good.
Or are you pressing up and down like that?
Trying to center those, get the load off the bolts. This bolt won't go in this hole anymore because the threads are all screwed up. Right now they're not lined up correctly.
Do you want me to do this?
So you gotta hold it right against the frame. It does not want to start. It's going in right now, it's just not happy. It looks like that's how it was before because the threads are all kind of crappy looking.
All 4 of the screws went in differently, but some of them went in easier than others.
Yeah, this one's going very easily. Okay, I need a 3/8 nut right in here. It's like one of these here.
Yeah. Oh, you grabbed it? You're good?
Both way long, give me a short one. Still long, but it'll work.
Do you want a box wrench?
Yeah.
3/8?
Bolt screwed up. Bolt and nut screwed up one or the other. Yeah, down right there, double box. Perfect. So why don't you grab the camera and see what we're doing here.
I will put it right.
What we're doing is bringing these 4 bolts in evenly. I got the 2 lower ones in until they just barely touch the frame. Then I lifted the motor up to get the top bolt in. I got this white one started. Now the other one has a nut on the other side. I'm bringing the nut in right now, but it's a long-winded bolt. And it's starting to get close here now finally. Okay, we're putting a little tension on that right now, but not much, just enough to put a little load on. Now this bolt here is all screwed up, or the frame is all screwed up, I should say. It takes that much pressure just to move it in the frame. And back it off just a little bit, so the motor mount's free to move center, self-center. Now our 2 lower bolts are loose now. So you bring them until they just touch. Okay, so now all 4 bolts are just touching. Okay, you gotta check to make our center pivot bolt looks good. So that looks good over there. So this here should be tight, but I'm not gonna tighten anymore, but it's good. Now see, you got movement in the motor here?
Yeah,
That's flux.
that's good for the front motor
You
mount.
tighten this down, you put pressure on up here, and then you tighten it. If you don't, then all this weight's hanging off this mount, and this mount will break. So the secret is to lift it up a little bit, get some weight off of it, and then tighten everything down unstressed. Now see how you're up here in your mount?
Mm-hmm.
You can't see shit with this camera because you're not looking at anything. So, see your gap, how it's different here? As you move the motor up, see it centers up. That's where it should be sitting. So like I said, just move this up a little bit with the pressure. Okay, so we're gonna leave that out for now. Now I can get this back up on at least two sets of these spacer blocks here right now.
Oh, that will be fun.
It'll be fun for you because you're gonna put the bolts. You're gonna one that's gonna be putting them under there.
Yeah.
Because
Wait, you don't want me to lift? Because I can lift it.
you'll probably screw that part up. So I'll give you the easy part.
Good.
The spacers out.
It's not on the weld if that's what you're...
Come on, get the other spacers in there.
Yep.
Heavy, you know.
Yeah.
You see my fingers? They're kind of
kinda-
losing all blood flow, and I got permanent indents in them now. The motor's a mock-up, but it has a lot of parts in it. It's not like it's empty. The thing that's not in there is the cam drive and the
It's basically a full engine.
it's not didn't have the rocker box stuff in there. There's no permanent drive. Other than that, it's all there. It's got a crank and a tranny and oil pump and all that. So that's good. So that's wheels in the air now.
Yep.
You know why it's in the air? Because
No.
the motor of the bike is keeping it flat on the rails now.
Ah.
Because there's a lot of weight mass sitting right here right now for some reason. I don't know why. Just a lot of weight on there. So, see that gap under the wheel right there? That is how much those shocks are too short.
Ah.
Because when the front end goes on it, the front end was just flush too. Or it's actually, I think it was just dragging a little bit. So these here need to be taken off, and these need to be adjusted about 3 turns out and then put back on. So you can do that now, or you can do it later. I'd suggest do it now.
Yeah.
You take one off at a time. I'd start on that side. And I'm going to kind of work on the motor mount system over here and see if I can figure out why it doesn't fit. So I'm pretty sure it's something's not right. Not sure what, but there's something's not right. Okay, we got a few tools here. Okay, we got a brand new bolt kit here to use. And we got original motor mounts to use. If we're lucky, this will make it all work correctly. Otherwise, that straight frame that was straight, it ain't straight.
This is really tight. Do you have any suggestions?
Pull hard. Quit being a wimp. I suggest you leave the stock one on there so it doesn't fall off.
The what?
Leaving the stock one, the top one up on there.
Stud? Oh, just
Put it back up on there so you got something to work off of. Same on the bottom, put it on your brake. You got to break that nut free on the bottom. Pull the shock off and see what size wrench that is.
Is it this one or it's this one, right?
Okay, you need a wrench for here
Mm-hmm.
and a wrench for here.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you got for wrenches around here?
The crescent wrench, and we have these.
We got a crescent wrench, a little dinky one. I don't think that's going to work. I'm thinking we need something bigger.
Then this?
Yeah, I found the water in my way. Someone was thirsty one day. 3/4. 3/4 ain't big enough, see?
7/8?
So here's a 13/16. That's not big enough either. 7/8 right here. There, we found one that fits. Okay, I got a 7/8 there. It's double 7/8.
Perfect.
We just happen to have 2 of those. Okay, I would hang this from the top.
Okay.
Put a nut on it so it won't fall off, and then you can unscrew those and they won't fall off on you. You can twist it off. Basically using the bike as an assembly tool. Or disassembly in this case. Okay, I'll figure out my washers over here on my end. Okay, here's our motor mount. So we have big holes and small holes. Small holes means you use small washer. Big hole means you use big washer.
3 turns, you said?
I don't know. You have to just measure it. So this here is the serration, which keeps it from moving around over these big holes. Kind of like locks them in. Okay, we got 4 different bolts. We got 3 different lengths. So we got 2 real long ones. Let's go in the front. And then we got 2 different lengths here. So the shortest one goes on the top. The light went off. Okay, and the top one's one that has a straight hole, so that one goes like that. That goes in our top. Look at that. So this motor mount has a threaded nut right here. That's what you thread into. Okay, what do you got going on over here?
I think I got it.
What's it look like?
I think that this part, this is like a lock nut, and then this part's been
Yes, it's a Heim joint, yes. Did you put it all the way down?
What do you mean?
Don't drop that, you might need it. Okay, here's our Heim joint. So this here unscrews. This adjusts our length. We need about 3/8 of an inch more height. So is that about 3/8 inch of thread hanging out?
I don't know. Sure.
Yeah, that's close. Okay, so now back up on here. Doesn't fit.
Because the other shock's on there.
Oh, is that the reason? Oh,
I think so.
oh okay. Hey,
Right?
that's pretty good, huh? I didn't think you'd figure that out. Don't get too carried away on that side.
So I should take this one off and then mount this one on, right?
I would grab the tape measure wherever it ran off to and measure it. Before I
Or
get
the
to-
calipers?
No, the calipers only go to 6 inches. The shock is more than 6 inches long.
Oh, so you just measure the whole shock length, not the amount I added of thread?
It's eye to eye length of the shock. We're looking for 14 3/8 of stock length on a Sportster. Center of the hole.
No, it's 14 on the dot now. 14 and an eighth.
So what length they had them set at? They must have really been short. Where's the shocks we took off? Put them back on the shelf probably. Here, let's get over here and measure them.
14 and a quarter.
14 1/4 roughly? Okay,
And
make
that-
that one 14 1/4 also. These are the original shocks that we had on it before. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get it close.
Yeah, that's about there.
It could be plus slightly, it won't matter.
So take the other one off now and do the same on the other one?
Put that on the other side. We got to lock that nut down. Put that on there right now, then tighten it,
On
and
here?
take it off and put it on the other side.
Okay. I see what you mean. So flip this upside down to tighten it?
No, you can tighten it right down there. You just got to hook it up on the stud. Put the washer and stuff on there. Put it all on. You have to take the top one off. The bottom one's longer, so. You're using the bike as a jig to hold it, so it just makes it easier. It'll hold it straight when you tighten it. And then just take that off, and on the other side, then match it to fit. Then
I
it'll
mean,
be-
it's not gonna fit because of the, yeah, it's not gonna fit as long as that shock's on there.
Just take that shock off.
Yeah, so I should take this shock off and then,
Yes, take it
Okay.
off. The swing arm will drop. Get this one all tightened up, and then take it off this side, put it on the other side. We don't have access to the other side right now, otherwise I say just
yeah,
do
so
it on
it's
the other
easier
side.
to,
So you just have to work around a little bit. See, if somebody had a shop big enough where they have all this crap in it, we could have more. You didn't have them stupid panties on the rack.
if only.
You have important.
Thanks.
And, you know, some shops don't favor Sportsters too much. I don't know why they like panties more. Never made any sense.
Oh yeah, you're really partial to Sportsters?
Never made any sense to me. That's gonna be you. Where our space is at. These go on the inside. Those on the inside. And we got two of these big bolts. One on that. Okay. More fine thread nuts. Yeah, it's always fun getting this bolt in there. Sometimes you gotta pull the oil pressure switch to get in here.
Can you use the hammer?
Well, if you take the tire and open up the tire,
What? Ah.
take the weight off the vehicle back there, it'll work a lot easier. You don't have to be fighting it, you know.
I was trying to lift it, but
Yeah, there's a lot of weight hanging there right now. Up. Yeah, these motor mounts fit a lot better than the last that we had.
oh yeah.
Give my tire. Yeah, I'm thinking the holes weren't quite in the right spot on the other side.
Shit, now it's too low.
These ones are still tight though, but fit. Frame spread it pretty far apart. Tire fell out.
Oops.
It's all right.
So should the tire should be resting on the ground basically, right? I shouldn't have to lift it at all.
Yeah, it should be pretty close on height. Where we off a little bit?
Yeah. But it's fine. I just wanted to make sure that it should be resting on the ground.
Well, that's what I had the original ride height at. Is that one all tightened up now?
No, I'm measuring.
Put it on this side. Why are you going to fight it? We don't know what it needs to be yet until you have it on fire. Well, what's the measurement right here? Measure it.
Measure from here to here.
You know what this is, right?
14.
What's this? Center of stud. Looks like we're about 14 and an eighth.
So this is way over now.
So make it 14 and an eighth. So you just put it back and forth on there until it fits. All you gotta do.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Just a matter of playing with it a little bit. So that shock was way, way less than it was. And actually before I had like a little piece of shim under here, lathe thin shims. It was up a little higher.
Perfect.
What am I doing wrong here? Where's my hammer at? What's this? This frame's bent slightly.
Where's it been?
In the front.
That sucks. Does it need to be fixed?
No.
Probably has something to do with that kink in the frame, right?
Well, we know it took a hard hit on the damn thing to sink the damn cup pull up, or the frame back up in there. So makes sense there's other damage in the bike somewhere. Alright, so what's going on here is there's a spacer right here, a gap. So that gap's not supposed to be there. That means these rails are bent out a little bit. Now also these are plug tight. I gotta just lightly tap them in, so there's a little bit of drag on these. So that means this whole frame here is slightly forward. The frame is diamond shaped a little bit, which changes the relation between the rear motor mount and this mount up in here. I shouldn't have to be tapping these in like that to make them line up. The plates are at the maximum extreme adjustment right now. And we have, right now it's taking the weight off the motor by having to, just putting the bolts in here. There's a load on it. So, see, we put a little bit more load on when we tighten it, but it's there. So it's got a load on it right now. So that's common for these things to have a little bit of tweakiness to them. It's not really important enough to worry about. Just when you tighten the motor mount down with all the correct hardware, everything lines itself up. I've seen guys not have to brush spacers in here and just tighten them together like that, and they pinch them in that far. Dumbass. But for now, we're good. Okay. Okay, can you help me for a second here?
Yeah.
Your sweet spot over there? Okay, go ahead and tighten this here or
This?
hold on a second. Okay, right there. Go for it. Hold on.
Tighter?
Yes. You can tighten the damn bolt now. Okay.
Top one?
Yeah, I got it. Go ahead and pull that out.
Those are really tight.
Wrench. Alright, so you can see the procedure I torque them at. Put these two tight first, then you tighten the bottom one, then you tighten the top one, then you go tighten the back ones up all the way. They're already pulled in flat, so they're just there with about 5-10 foot-pounds of torque on them at most, about 5 foot-pounds in my case. Then you pull them tight, and the load's off the motor right when you do that. That is if you're out of my way. Are you in my way?
Me?
Are you playing over here?
Yeah.
Having fun?
Yeah.
Good.
Lots of fun.
That's fun to do. You should have fun when you're playing. It's no fun if you're
Today
not
I'm playing.
playing. It's fun.
Yeah.
Choose that one. And the last one over here. Okay, motor's in. Okay, that one's already torqued on that side?
Yeah.
Okay. You adjusted this?
Which?
This one's been adjusted or not?
No.
Okay. Take the breaker free. Look out.
Oh, I was gonna. Okay.
That doesn't fit in there, does it? What's this one?
I think it's the. Yeah.
See, I know how to do it without having to force yourself. Just put like that and squeeze. There, you're on loose. You don't have to fight. See, I don't want to show you do all the tricks. It's worked out well for me to do it. Didn't take me much work at all. Do it with one hand. Okay, so now we'll match this up. I'd say it's pretty close. We went right on.
Nice.
Okay, the washer is still in there. Yep. Yeah, no, we're good. Don't let that washer fall down like that.
What do you mean?
That washer needs to be on this, not hinged. Pull it off.
Ah.
Stick it on there. Let me see, you can't jerk it around. First you gotta put the thing on a square. It falls on there if you do it right.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay. Another washer for me? Nope. So you hold the shock and tighten the jam nut. Let them both go to the extreme. It's aluminum, so don't get carried away. Now when you're all done, there should be some movement. See how there's movement back and forth?
No, it doesn't.
That's good, you got it under a loaded condition, which means it's not correct. Somebody's have to redo it for them. Well, that's okay. We know how to do that right here.
So all that's left is well. Next step is a front end.
Okay, so let's loosen it up a little bit. Attention. Oh, good. Okay. Now the tire's got weight on it now a little bit. Doesn't just rotate freely. Good.
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, let's get our starter up in there. I need a 1/2 inch socket. Should be in the bucket over there somewhere. There you go. All right, let's put some down here. Okay, so that's pretty short.
So why do we need to put in the starter assembly?
You gotta put the oil tank in it, make sure it clears. We also we gotta figure out frame reinforcement. So all this big bulky shit has to be in there. Okay, that's in. The starter motor itself does not need to be in there because I don't think there's anything got to clear.
Oh.
So we don't need it. Only the parts that will be in the way. Because we got that brand new oil tank sitting right here, remember?
Yeah.
That needs to go up in there.
Do you want to try that out now,
Figure out
or?
where it goes. This thing right here. Avalanche right here. Here, come over.
Yeah.
Pull this out for me. Pull the tank out of the box and get the box back. No hard. Oh, okay. Pull it over. Just stick it up there.
You got it?
Really. There we go. Our box pile. We never get rid of our box until we're ready. For sure, we're going to use the parts to have to return them.
I think this fits on the other side.
Well, you have to have your rubber mounts in here, which we do not have.
Rear mounts?
Your rubber mounts that we don't have. You're missing your rubber mounts.
I got one over here, I think.
I got one.
You found one?
Yeah, I got one here and another one.
I know I saw it in one of these boxes, unless you pulled it out.
Well, it's one of my mounts, not your mounts. Look in your junk pile over on the left, or right, excuse me.
That?
Yep. That's motor stuff, shouldn't be in there. Nothing in there?
You got two of these. Is this what you were looking for?
No.
Where's the other box?
Where's the other what?
The box. The parts. Here.
I don't know what happened to it. That box? The one I took the remote out?
Oh, that okay. That's where it was. Good.
Yeah, the one I took the remote
Might be
out?
on the oil tank.
Yeah, probably. Put on now.
Nope, not on the oil tank.
Where's your remotes at? Lost
Another
them?
good part.
Lost forever?
What?
They're lost forever?
Or they'll just show up in a couple of years in your shop.
Yeah, that might happen.
What?
That could happen. Alright. Let's put some new mounts for you because you lost them. You go grab that fender, sit that up in the back again.
The red one?
Yeah, now it's going to be a lot higher in the air than it was.
Is it? I didn't know this was what reflectors were for, honestly.
Yeah, it's for mock-up purposes.
I learn something new every day.
Harley was thinking ahead when he made those fenders. See, the fender got further down now, see? That's what happens when you raise up the back of the bike. The fender gets lower. Or higher, not lower, it's higher.
Yeah, it does look higher.
Now we're in here right now for some reason. Once you shove the fender forward.
I'd be curious to see how it looks with the,
See, now it's kind of dorky way up there like that.
yeah. But maybe when we sit on it, it'll,
Well, like I said, we can adjust the height of the bike wherever we want it to be. Now, right now, our kickstand should be pretty good. We don't have it on the bike, so I better not lean it over.
Yeah, there's a little bit of clearance there.
Yeah, we better not lean the bike over right now. There's no kickstand on it right now. Where's the kickstand?
Right here. You want to try putting it on?
No. Well, there's the paint.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, now we've got a couple inches of clearance under here. Okay, lean it over a little bit. Yeah, I think we're a little bit too high. I think we overbent the kickstand a little bit, so we just have to flatten it out a little bit. I could let you go do that if you want.
No, I don't know.
Well, you don't want to do that?
No, I won't do
Why
that.
not?
I do not trust myself.
You
with
don't
that
trust
machine.
yourself at all?
No, I'll probably like put both hands in there and then just.
Well, yeah,
cross
it's
that.
okay. It's optional. You don't need all those fingers.
Only need really like half of them.
You got Fred's safety shoes on, so you're okay.
OSHA approved.
Yep, went down right. Okay, so how's the rear chain look?
The chain?
Yeah.
I need a chain to, yeah, the fender is very in the way of the chain.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's even close. Sprocket's way the hell over to the left.
But that was going to need to be cut anyways because it's not going to clear here if the bike goes down.
You're almost a full sprocket off on the damn rear.
Oof. What if we just kind of bend the chain? Put the chain in the press?
That's how a lot of people do it. They just let it bend over. They're flexible. They're supposed to bend like that.
Are they? They're not.
No, they're not
No,
supposed
they're
to.
not.
That's what people do. But just by roughly looking down the chain line right here. So right on top of the cover, there's the chain, the sprocket right there.
Oh, from here it doesn't actually look that bad. Oh no, I'm gonna take the finger off. You got a piece of chain I can?
That's not how you check a chain. Where's the sprocket? There's the sprocket right there. It's in view right there. And see how the other one's way over there? It's a full sprocket with
Yeah, that's a
that sprocket's going right through the tire right now.
great. Perfect.
I think we're gonna have to do an offset sprocket.
Weld two sprockets together?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna have to do. You have to put one right around here, cut this out, and put a big one right here. Then we'll go back to like that. Yeah, right now we're way the hell off. And we're kind of tight on the clearances too here right now with that sprocket. Pretty close. All right, we'll get a few parts. We'll be back.